So, let friends, let us take a very comfortable posture by crossing our hands, fingers into fingers, crossing our legs, closing our eyes, and simply witnessing our natural and normal breath. Meditation is the journey towards our own self. By connecting to your own self, we'll always be in the state of bliss. Let us drop all the ideas, judgments about ourselves. Let's drop who we are, what is our name, where are we, all the titles. Let us drop all of these things. Let us simply connect to our authentic self without all these names and tags. Every time your mind wanders, bring back your mind to the present by being with your breath. Just the normal, natural breath, friends. Last 1 minute, friends. Last 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds. And whenever you're ready, you may remove your hands. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. Please have some water. You have it next to you. Before we go into the experience sharing part, I would like to read today's topic from the book Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer. These are the teachings of Tao Te Ching, and today's topic is about living with flexibility. As usual, I took this book and spontaneously I opened one page and then I found this topic. So I thought of reading it to all of us. So I'll start with the verse. The verse goes like this: the flexible are preserved unbroken, the bent become straight, the empty are filled, the exhausted become renewed, the poor are enriched, the rich are confounded. Therefore, the sage embraces the one because he doesn't display himself. People can see his light because he has nothing to prove. People can trust his words because he doesn't know who he is. People recognize themselves in him because he has no goal in mind. Everything he does succeeds. The old saying that the flexible are preserved unbroken is surely right. If you have truly attained wholeness or completeness, everything will flock to you. Now, getting into the depth of this verse, friends, this is what Wayne Dyer says in his own words. Having lived by the ocean for many years, having lived by the ocean for many years, I have observed the beauty and majesty of the tall palm trees that grow at the water's edge, often measuring 30 or 40 feet in height. These stately giants are able to withstand the enormous pressure that hurricane force winds bring as they blow at speeds up to 200 miles per hour. Thousands of other trees in the huge storm's path are uprooted and destroyed, while the stately palms remain fixed in their rooted selves, proudly holding sway over their otherwise decimated domain. So, what is the palm tree's secret to staying in one piece? The answer is flexibility. They bend almost down to the ground at times, and it's that very ability that allows them to remain unbroken. In these words of Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu invites you to embrace a similar quality of elasticity. Begin to sense the oneness that is the Tao supplying your resiliency and grounding, helping you withstand the storms of your life as plainly as a supple palm tree. When destructive energy comes along, when destructive energy comes along, allow yourself to resist brokenness by bending. Look for times you can make the choice to weather a storm by allowing it to blow through without resistance, by not fighting, but instead relaxing and going with all that confronts you. You enter the Tao time. This verse implies an added benefit of wholeness, which attracts everything to you. That is, if you want abundance, knowledge, health, love, and all the other attributes that personify the Tao, you need to be receptive to them. Lao Tzu instructs that you must be empty in order to become filled. For attachments keep you so restricted that nothing can enter your already filled self. Being empty in this sense means not being full of beliefs, possessions, or ego driven ideas, but rather remaining open to all possibilities. This is in keeping with the nameless Tao. It doesn't restrict itself to a particular point of view or a singular way of doing things. It animates all. Similarly, the flexible person is open to all possibilities. There is nothing for him or her to prove because the Tao, not ego, is in charge. Awareness of the Tao nurtures flexibility, and removing your rigidity creates an atmosphere of trust. When you live from the perspective of being able to say, I don't know for certain, but I'm willing to listen, you become a person whom others identify with. Why? Because your flexibility lets them see that their point of view is welcome. By being open to all possibilities, everyone who encounters you feels their ideas are valuable and there is no need for conflict. As you connect more and more to your true nature, you begin noticing that this principle is perpetually present, available in every moment. In other words, the Tao or the life isn't trying to get someplace other than where it is. It has no goals, no desire, no judgments. It flows everywhere because it is the energy of creation. To be in harmony with the life is to be free of goals, immersed in all that you're doing without concern about the outcome, just noticing in each moment and allowing yourself to flow with the creative source that's energizing everything and everyone in the universe. When you live in this way, failure becomes an impossibility. How can you fail at being yourself and trusting completely in the wisdom of the source of everything? With failure removed from your life, you understand what Lao Tzu means when he says that everything he does succeeds. Following are the messages from Lao Tzu as he wrote out these words of Tao Te Ching 2.5 millennia ago. Change the way you see the storms of your life. Work at removing ego as a dominant influence over you. Release the need for the attention of others and witness how people become drawn to you naturally. Let go of having to win an argument and being right by changing the atmosphere with a statement such as, You're very likely correct. Thanks for giving me a new perspective. This kind of a proclamation gives everyone permission to relax their rigidity because you have no need to prove yourself or make others wrong. If you change the way you think, the life you are living will change. So be willing to say, I don't know, or I am uncertain as to why I even did what I did. I repeat this, friends. Be willing to say, I don't know, or I'm uncertain as to why I even did what I did. As Lao Tzu reminds you, when you suspend your pomposity and rigidity, others recognize themselves in your flexible nature and they will trust you. Now imagine yourself as a tall, stately palm tree. Be an organism without goals and objectives. Instead, stand strong and successful, capable of adjusting to the forces of nature. Be willing to adapt to whatever may come your way by initially allowing yourself to experience that energy. Much like the bending tree is in hurricane force winds. When criticism comes, listen. When powerful forces push you in any direction, bow rather than fight, lean rather than break, and allow yourself to be free from a rigid set of rules. In so doing, you will be preserved and unbroken. Keep an inner vision of the wind symbolizing difficult situations as you affirm, I have no rigidity within me. I can bend to any wind and remain unbroken. I will use the strength of the wind to make me even stronger and better preserved. This simple teaching is so pleasant that you will wonder why you didn't realize it before. In the Tao time, acknowledge the storm and then allow it to be felt in your body. Observe it without judgment, just like the tree bends in the wind. As rigidity reappears, notice that as well, allowing the winds to blow as you exercise the Tao or the life in place of ego. Seek to uncover the root of your stiffness and achieve greater flexibility in the storms of life. When seen as this kind of opportunity to open the Tao energy, stormness can be transformed into exhilarating events that uncover more of your true nature of love. So now, as Dr. Wayne Dyer says, the exercise, friends, that listen to someone express an opinion that's the opposite of yours today. It could be on any of a variety of topics such as politics, the environment, religion, drugs, war, the death penalty, or what have you. Refuse to impose your position and instead remark, I have never considered that point of view. Thank you for sharing your ideas with me. By allowing a contrary position to be heard, you will dismiss ego's attitude and welcome the flexibility of the Tao or the life. So, this is living with flexibility, friends. And as I like to read stories, and these are the metaphors. Whenever we undergo any difficult situation or any stormy situations, like in this case, like the hurricane winds, we have to just imagine the palm tree that stays still and that bends and moves, but still it is still. So it doesn't come out, it will stay like that forever. So we have to be like that palm tree. So stormy situations in our life are the challenging situations in our life. So we have to just watch it instead of reacting to it. Have to just watch it. The more we watch it, the more we become flexible. We lose the rigidity. The more we fight with it, the less we have the power on our own self. So, thank you so much, friends, for listening. And I hope you have taken something from this. And I have learned a lot from this topic. So, and also be very open to receive to anybody sharing anything. Do not critique them or do not say what they are doing it is wrong. Whatever you're doing is right. Just listen to them with the open mind and open heart. So if there is anybody who wants to share, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Thank you so much. Or if you simply enjoy, that is also fine.
Yeah, thank you, Madhuji. Beautiful, beautiful sharing as always. Wow, we need to bend no matter what. So yeah, I learned so much, and I have identified how much ego I have and how much rigidity I have. You know, so much to filter, to learn, and so much to absorb. So yeah, thank you very much. Yes, it comes from practice, of course,
Yeah.
but yeah, one step at a time will make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much. Thank you so much, Vannaji.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, friends. Anybody else wants to share?
Yes, Madhu Garu. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Vannaji.
We are all so fortunate to have you and other masters share these beautiful wisdom stories every day, reinforcing our, beliefs in what we have to do. So thank you, and such a beautiful message. As soon as you were reading this, I don't know how many people here understand Telugu, but this song, that Maunangane Yadagamani
Oh, yeah.
Mokkani Kucha, and
Yes.
it's such a beautiful song. It says you to grow quietly, just like a
Mm,
tree, and then as you keep growing, be flexible and bend. So, um, I think the beautiful message, like you talked about, how these palm trees or even bamboo, like they're very flexible. That's why they are so strong. If it's rigid, it'll break. We notice that in many of the things. And other than that, even for personal, like when we are flexible, it helps us, because otherwise there's more stress. When I'm rigid and I want the things the way I want, it is very hard for me to, like, later on when they don't happen, there's always regret and struggle. And when I'm flexible, like if the I planned this but it didn't happen, the date changed, and
mm.
go with the flow. And obviously, my life is happier. I'm not stressing. So great message. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vindhyaji. Yes, friends. Anybody else?
Hi, Madhuma.
Hi, Sumati.
How are you?
Great as ever.
Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful sharing, and good to be reinforced again and again that flexibility goes a long way. It's a
Mm,
boomerang, isn't it?
mm,
You're
mm,
flexible, all flexible circumstances and human being, are all attracted to you. That's
mm,
good. It's really lovely. And I just feel like sharing if that many parents who may be dealing with children, it's really important that they have this, because again, there's a component of ego involved in this.
mm,
And kids today are very clever, very smart, and but it's really important that it's balanced across the EQ plays a very, very major role. And if
mm.
only they can understand the concept, of course, we'll keep telling them, but it's again their own journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I feel like sharing, because the older the kid gets, it can be challenging for us. I'm a mother too. So sometimes the lessons have to be learned, but the bottom line is yes, plus flexibility wins it all.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you, Madhuma.
Thank you so much, Sumati. Thank you.
Hi, Madhu.
Hi, Nili. Hi, Nilima.
Yeah,
Master.
thank you so much for sharing this beautiful article about the flexibility. Like nature tells us a lot of things. It's just that we need to be aware and, to observe. Even the water tells us about the flexibility. Like if we wither, we'll just block. And if we are flexible, it just cleans away all our blocks and everything in us as well. So, thank you so much for reminding, although these are simple topics, but when we keep on listening, we remind to ourselves day to day until our subconscious brain also programs. So, and we implement automatically in our lives. And thank you once again for sharing, Madhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nilima.
Yeah.
And Madhugaru, I was just thinking today only Sharu ji shared that, a picture
Oh,
where
yes,
there is an empty
yes,
child, and you were talking about remain empty. And of
exactly.
course, that was in a context where we fill different things, but always I think it's nice to be empty to receive. So
Exactly.
flexibility also goes for that.
Yep.
And Nilima ji gave a beautiful example of river flowing, right? It's flexible and it bends and it cleans everything. So yeah, thank
Very
you.
true. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vindhya ji. Yes, anybody else, friends? All right. So let us all be like that palm tree, strong and bending and flexible palm tree, so that we become an example to everybody around us. So thank you so much, and we will all see each other again tomorrow morning, the morning meditation. Till then, have a lovely day, friends, and a lovely night, and namaste to all. Bye bye.
Bye, Madhuji. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.